Do you like camping, surfing, or road trips? Well, if so, I'd love to talk to you about the Volkswagen Vanagon from an owner's perspective. Many of you know about the well-known VW bus. However, I'm here to talk to you about its lesser-known predecessor, the Volkswagen Vanagon. The Vanagon, otherwise known as the Volkswagen T3, was produced from 1980 to 1991. Today in the speech, I'd like to talk about its variations, trim packages, and some of its basic specifications. Now that you've been introduced to the topic, I'd like to dive into the variations. To start off, according to GoWesty.com, the Vanagon had three main variations over its 11-year span. The first variation was produced from 1980 to 1983 and was powered by a 2000cc motor and a 4-speed transmission. After this came the second variation, which was produced from 1983 to 1985 and was powered by a water-cooled 1900cc motor and a 4-speed transmission and automatic transmission. However, these were plagued by a problematic cooling system. Not long after, the third variation came and was produced from 1986 to 1991 and had a new and improved cooling system as well as a 2100cc motor, 4-speed transmission, and automatic transmission. Now that we've discussed the variations, I'd like to talk about the Vanagon's trim packages. To start off, according to VWVanagonCamper.com, the Vanagon had three main trim packages: the regular passenger trim, Westfalia trim, and Weekender trim. The passenger trim had two bench seats and two captain seats in the front and sat 7 people. After this was the Westfalia trim package. This was a full camper trim and had a kitchenette, many cabinets, a pop-up top to sleep, and this trim package slept 4 as well as sat 4. The last trim package was the Weekender, which became the Wolfsburg edition, and then the Crop. This trim package had a bench seat in the back, 2 rear-facing seats, 2 captain seats, and then a fold-out table. This package slept 2 and sat 7. Another well-known addition was the Syncro. The Syncro was an add-on to all of these trim packages, which was a full-time 4-wheel drive. Now that we've talked about the trim packages, I'd like to talk about some of the basic specifications of a Vanagon. The Vanagons were not very reliable and were fairly slow. This was mainly because they were powered by a flat 4-cylinder engine which produced 90 horsepower and a faulty 4-speed transmission and automatic transmission. When it comes to fuel, the Vanagon was equipped with a 16-gallon tank and averaged a decent 16 to 18 miles per gallon. With regular maintenance, these vans ran fairly well and could run up to past 200k miles. Now that we've talked about the specifications, let's take a look at what we've learned. Vanagon, otherwise known as a T3 camper, was a camper produced from 1980 to 1991. According to Vanagon.org, there was 384,000 sold over its 11-year span. Because of its issues early on, they were left with a negative stigma of being unreliable. However, these vans are very fun to cruise in with friends and create memories, which is why they are so sought after. I hope you enjoyed this speech on the Vanagon's variations, trim packages, and some of their basic specifications.